A couple months back, I decided it was a great idea to make my own Linux server to host my own games, and it actually turned out pretty good. However, I ran into some issues. This poor girl was using a very out-of-date Ryzen 5 1600, which was released in 2017, so it's currently 9 years old. Because of that, we ran into some limitations. One of the issues was the world wouldn't load fast enough. Every time you tried to fly in Minecraft using the Elytra, the game would slow down to a halt and start to shudder and crash. Or while you're fighting the Ender Dragon or in any sort of big battle, the server would just tap out and say, "I'm good." On top of all of that, if you go into a portal, the game would also freak out. Our second main issue was that since the system is quite underpowered, when it came to running more than one server using the AMP protocol, it was a huge headache. If I tried to play world number 1 while my friend played world number 2, that was it. She wasn't loading at all. She would freeze completely and crash. And our third problem just came down to load times. The server would take about 4 minutes to load up any mod pack, or even longer if it wasn't running Fabric, and sometimes it would just refuse to load up. On top of all of that, this motherboard will not let you use any CPUs other than the first generation Ryzens. Tried updating the BIOS, it would freeze. This is an old MSI motherboard, so I mean, I'm asking for the world and I'm receiving butter. So I had enough. It's finally time to upgrade, but upgrading means spending money, and I don't want to spend a whole lot. So I tried my best to find a deal either on eBay or Facebook Marketplace. I was actually able to find a pretty decent pre-built on Facebook Marketplace that could turn into my next server. This is an old Asus pre-built rocking a Ryzen 5 3400G, 16 gigs of RAM, and an RTX 1650 for a whopping $70. Now that's pretty good. However, I made a major lapse in my judgment and forgot that the Ryzen 5 3400G is only a 4-core CPU. Whoops! Luckily enough, a couple weeks back, one of my buddies upgraded his gaming PC and I picked up his old CPU, which is a Ryzen 7 3700X. A great CPU, and I've already tested a lot on my Steam machine. So theoretically, all the parts we have here should give us a very decent Linux server. But before I switch over the new CPU, I had to make a video on it, which you can check out right here. And surprisingly, it's actually not a bad gaming PC if you give it the time of day, which the time of day was overclocking the hell out of it. Also, don't forget to give me a sub and like. I'm almost at 10,000 subs. I want to make it there before the end of the year. However, even this PC can game, that's not what I bought it for. So let's go ahead and throw the new CPU in it, which took probably about 15 minutes. I put a stock CPU cooler on it. I just didn't like the sound of the Asus pre-built cooler. It also reminded me of like the cheap Dell pre-built from that era. I grabbed the latest version of Ubuntu server, plugged it in the back of the PC, and started installing Ubuntu. It's a very straightforward process. Once you get Ubuntu set up, we went ahead and installed our AMP protocol and got our SSH working, so we don't have to always tap directly into the server. We can go through our terminal instead. And if you're curious to learn a little bit more about how to set up your own Minecraft server, I made a whole dedicated video about this situation, so I highly recommend checking it out. And with that, our first headache was out of the way. We got the new server up and running and ready for our arrival. Now, this is where our second headache starts, or I should say table smashing migraine. I wanted to transfer over my Minecraft worlds. We have 2 different servers, one running Better MC and the other one running the Homestead Cozy Experience. The Better MC world can be directly exported from the AMP protocol on their website interface. However, Homestead save is absolutely massive because we've been playing this mod pack since I created the server, and that's a little over 5 months ago. And it's not just me and my significant other, it's our 10 friends. So there's a lot going on in this world, and the total world save is a whopping 10 gigs. Theoretically, this should have been a super easy process. You pull it from the web interface and put it into the new server. Well, it couldn't be that easy. Every time I tried, it would crash or say that the file failed. And this is so frustrating. probably spent a couple of hours trying to export it individually, break up the files, do everything. The AMP web interface was just like, nah, bro. So our next best option is transferring it locally. I went through the trouble of exporting the save from AMP directly onto a USB drive, transferred that USB drive over to the new server, and the new server doesn't recognize it. It said there was nothing on there. I tried this twice and got the same results, but I'm not giving up. So I went back to the drawing board. I did a little bit more research, dug through hundreds of forums, and my results were absolutely nothing. Nobody has this issue. So I had to go to the devil himself, ChatGPT, which did give me the most amount of help in this situation, even though I hate using it. But with his assistance, I was able to hunt down the directory that I had the world save attached to and transfer it over to the new server. But apparently it's pretty common. You can SSH into another server to transfer the data directly, which is really cool. If you have ever done this, please let me know. This is the first time I ever heard about it, so I would love to learn if there's even more you can do with stuff like this. The first time we attempted this, it would not give us access to the files. It said permission denied, or we would get an error. So we had to go give ourselves root access, which ended up working, and we were able to transfer the world saves from one server to another. And it was finally done. It definitely took me a bit to get everything fully configured and properly running on the AMP interface, but once I did, everything worked. Both servers were loaded up properly, and all of my friends were able to join with their existing save files. I was super happy we did it. We were able to transfer everything over to the new server, and it was actually working properly. This also opens the door for us to run more complex servers like Power World, 7 Days to Die, and more. But I may have made it sound a lot easier than what it was, and this was an absolute nightmare. It probably took me close to 6 days to figure this all out, and these weren't full days. Technically, I work a 10-hour shift, come home, and spent the last 3 to 5 hours of my day troubleshooting the server so my friends could play Minecraft. But it's fixed, it's now up and running on the new server, so I'm pretty happy. Before we go any farther, I do want to mention, if you want to learn more about how to set up your own Minecraft server, I have a full dedicated video going step by step through installing Ubuntu using AMP. I would highly recommend checking it out if this is something you find interesting. But anyway, back to the video. The answer, the real question in the room, does this fix my issues? Well, my answer is yes. The server works completely normal now. Load times are like 40 seconds or lower most times. On the old server, it would take a whopping 4 minutes to load in your basic world. Now it's just 40 seconds. Additionally, there's no lag. The game doesn't crash, it doesn't feel buggy, and I even turned up the render distance to 20 chunks, where before we were stuck at the 10 chunk limit. So this is absolutely amazing. The server is theoretically more power efficient. We're still using some energy, of course, with the stock fan, but now it actually cleans the air that comes in and filters out dust. So, it runs a lot quieter now. And on top of that, I also did make some upgrades, and that was swapping from 16 gigs of RAM to 32, which is a huge plus. This gives us a lot more room to run bigger mod packs or give our existing mod packs more RAM. So that's a huge plus. And now that it's fully working, it's been amazing. This is probably the best server experience I have ever played on. Everything loads, there's no lag, you can go into portals. We're playing Better MC right now, and there's like 4 different portals in this mod pack. Nothing lags. 4 people can go into the portal at once, while 2 other people are in the overworld mining and have no problems. So this is a huge plus. And you can't go wrong upgrading your Minecraft server, especially when you have a lot of friends playing. And on top of that, we are using direct connection, so we don't have a VPN or any sort of pass-through like Play It GG. I did try Play It. Play It didn't work for us. A lot of our friends couldn't join because for some reason their IP addresses just wouldn't match up, or their ISPs just wouldn't allow it. I had a couple friends that couldn't join our server because their ISPs just didn't allow them to access a Play It GG. That's what I could figure out. Maybe it's their computers, who knows? I just got tired of messing around with it and having people that couldn't join, so I decided you know, I'm going to open my IP, give a good port, and have fun with it. I know this is not really something you should do, but I put whitelists, I implicated firewalls, I did a lot, so there's a lot more protection from the outside world to my in-home network. But outside of that, server works great. We have 3 mod packs running: Homestead, Better MC, Vanilla, and Power World. And it all works great. However, you may be wondering, what's going to happen to the old girl? Well, I have no idea, dude. This thing is so out of date, so useless, because, I mean, the only thing it was good at was running the Minecraft server, which it really wasn't that great. But honestly, I have no idea. Maybe I'll throw a 1650 in it and install Windows and see if we can make this thing game and do something, because otherwise it's just, you know, just like any other old electronics. It's just sitting there now, which makes me pretty sad. It was used for a purpose. It was my old sister's my first gaming PC, my sister's gaming PC. And then I upgraded hers and brought it back into my family. Now it sits on the shelf. So, I don't know, I'll find a use out of it. If you could think of anything that, you know, could be useful besides the NAS, which I already have running, and a server, you know, please let me know. I would love to use old electronics and get more use out of them. But for me, this thing is it's on the edge of being, you know, too outdated, and that motherboard just won't let you do anything with it. So, yeah. Anyway, if you guys have any sort of questions, any thoughts, any opinions, or anything I could have done better, please let me know in the comments. Again, give me a sub, a like. Anything helps out my channel. I want to make this my full-time gig, and I feel like I could provide a lot more to my videos if I had more time. But anyway, have a good one, guys. Peace out.